6:15. This is an interview you're only going to see right here on News 5 for the first time since the final contentious House Speaker vote on Capitol Hill. 3rd Congressional District Representative Lauren Boebert is speaking to a television station.
Yeah, Representative Boebert joining us live right now from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Congresswoman. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us.
Good morning.
And
Absolutely. It's my honor to.
I think I want to get right into the big question on everybody's mind this morning, and it's what caused you to change your vote to present?
Well, I think it's great that we took a little extra time to make sure that we got this right to begin with. Members on both sides of the aisle, including those who were attacking us and even those who we were working with through the process, are now praising this as a win for the American people, because when each individual member is empowered, their constituents are empowered. And that's what really matters, strengthening the voice of the American people. From the very beginning, I said, if you are going to demand more responsibility, you have to have more accountability. That's why my red line to begin with was the motion to vacate. And we got that single member motion to vacate. So there's now accountability on the speaker, the second in line to the presidency of the United States. And there were many changes that we were able to make to the rules package, to personnel, and to the way Congress functions. My constituents have been telling me for a long time that Congress was broken. So this last week, I joined 20 of my colleagues to engage in this rigorous debate about what was wrong with Congress and how we could fix it. So ultimately, we saw that some concessions were made, and that was my deciding point to go with present. Even that was a little bit longer than some had hoped it would be, including Speaker McCarthy. But there were things that we wanted to make sure were ironed out before we cast those final votes and sealed the deal. We wanted to make sure this was locked in for the American people.
Well, I think a lot of people, Congresswoman, now, after all the wrangling it took just to get the speaker elected, they might be saying, wow, if it's this tough just to get this done, what kind of business is the House going to be able to get done for the people? But it sounds like you're very hopeful that this will be effective going forward.
Yes, absolutely. I believe that this is going to strengthen the Republican conference, that this is going to give each individual member more authority, more empowerment to represent their constituents. For years, leadership in both parties have worked to consolidate power at the top. And this last week, we broke the trend and returned much of Congress's power back to these individual members. Even CNN was saying Democrat members think that these changes are good for Congress and for the American people. So there's many things that are beneficial to the American people, but I truly believe that this is going to unite us and strengthen us. And that was my goal all along. Who is going to unite the Republican Party? Who is going to take these concessions, like filing amendments to the 12 appropriations bills and have them made in order as long as they cut spending? That doesn't matter if it's myself or AOC. If one of us can find wasteful spending and submit an amendment to cut that spending, we'll have a vote on it. This is one huge thing, single subject legislation, and the bills that are going to be brought to the floor. So moving forward, I think this is beautiful. It took a few extra days from home. I'm sure it looked messy, but hey, I'm a mom of 4 boys. Chaos and dysfunction has been a part of my everyday life for quite some time. And truly, this past week in Washington, D.C. was the most productive week I have spent in Washington. It was amazing to have 434 members of Congress together on the House floor, debating issues that matter. And it took a few extra days, but I think we got it right here.
Well, that's exciting to hear, and unity is what we're all seeking, right? So thank you so much for joining us live in Washington, D.C. this morning. Lauren Boebert for us here at News 5.
Thank you so much.